Hello and good evening, everyone. Thanks again to those of you who are logging on. Hope you've had a really good week. I hope it's been a productive one. And despite if anything has gone wrong, I hope you've been able to bounce back, just keep that mindset positive and turn things around. And that you're looking forward to enjoying a lovely weekend. Firstly, I wanted to just thank everyone for tuning in last week and those who participated in the quiz that I had. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. And yeah, I enjoyed it. And I'd like to announce the winner of that quiz was Natalie Holder. So well done, Natalie. I will get your prize off to you shortly. So today's edition is, as I've mentioned in the week, that it is Mother's Day this weekend. And I just wanted to come on with my daughter. So we could just have a bit of a mother and daughter chat, but involve you all in the conversation. Again, in celebration of Mother's Day. So before I bring my daughter on, I just wanted to show you just this video. I like to kind of go online and look for different videos, see if there's some things that I can find that are relevant. And I thought this was quite fitting for Mother's Day. So this one is for you guys. Enjoy.
Just give me 1 second. Thank
Sure.
you. Sorry. Hey. Hi. 2 minutes. Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. Sorry about that.
Oi.
Hi, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Have you ever done one of these interviews over the camera before?
No.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the job to get started with. It's not just a job. It's sort of probably the most important job. The title that we have going right now is Director of Operations, but it's really kind of so much more than that. Responsibilities and requirements are really quite extensive. First category for the requirements would be mobility. This job requires that you must be able to work standing up most or really all of the time, constantly on your feet, constantly bending over, constantly exerting yourself, a high level of stamina.
Okay.
That's a lot.
For how many hours?
135 hours to unlimited hours a week. It's basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm sure you'll have a chance from time to time to maybe just sit down here and there, yeah?
You mean like a break?
Yeah.
No, there are no breaks available.
Is that even legal?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like no lunch.
You can have
or-
lunch, but only when the associate is done eating their lunch.
I think that's a little intense.
No.
Not possible.
That's crazy.
Now, this position requires excellent negotiation and interpersonal skill. We're really looking for someone that might have a degree in medicine, in finance, and the culinary arts. You must be able to wear several hats. Associate needs constant attention. Sometimes they have to stay up with an associate throughout the night. Being able to work in a chaotic environment, if you had a life, we'd ask you to sort of give that life up. No vacations. In fact, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and holidays, the workload is going to go up, and we demand that with a happy disposition.
That's almost cruel. That's almost a very, very sick, twisted joke.
But when there's time to sleep or...
Oh, no time to sleep.
Yeah, all-encompassing almost.
That's exactly right.
365 days a year?
Yes.
No, that's inhumane.
That's very insane.
The meaningful connections that you make and the feeling that you get from really helping your associate are immeasurable. Also, let's cover the salary. The position is going to pay absolutely nothing.
Excuse me?
No. Nobody's doing that for free.
Yeah,
You're
pro
crazy.
bono, completely for free.
No.
What if I told you there's someone that actually currently holds this position right now? Billions of people, actually.
Who?
Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moms.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And they meet every requirement, don't
wow.
Oh my god. Moms are the best!
Yeah, there's no pay. They're 24 hours. They're always there.
Now I'm thinking about my mom.
they? Yeah, and what are you thinking about her?
I'm thinking about all those nights and everything.
Thank you so much for everything you do. I know it doesn't seem like I appreciate all of it, but I definitely do.
So, Mom, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done. I love you very much. You've been there through thick and thin. My mom is just awesome. She's awesome.
Hey mothers, we wanted to put together a little something to show how much we all love you. Happy Mother's Day.
So welcome back, guys. So just on the lines of talking about, you know, being a mother. So I became a mother at the age of 19. You know, sometimes when you're younger, but you believe that you're fully grown and you kind of know everything, you soon realize that you don't know everything. And it's just been a constant learning experience. And I just think that, you know, as you grow and you learn, you should always kind of be open to new experiences, listening to others, listening to experienced parents, but then also develop the methods that work best for you. And over time, sometimes these methods change. And I must say, looking at when I first became a mother to now, I have grown tremendously. You know, I've made mistakes. As parents, we do make mistakes, but I believe as a mother that it is also very good to own your mistakes. And it is actually okay to say to your children, do you know what, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Because, you know, each day you're learning. There's no manual. This is not a car. There's no manual that you can look and say, okay, this is done wrong. So how do I do this? You literally learning, you know, every day. And it's just about, you know, as I said, owning those mistakes that you've made, and kind of working through them and learning from those mistakes so you don't repeat them. So looking back from the age of 19 till now, goodness, you know, you're almost looking back on a different person. So thinking about today's stream, I wanted to just bring my daughter in, because who best to kind of talk about a mother-daughter relationship than a mother and a daughter? So I did ask her if she would come on. This is her first live, but I was just really glad that she said that she'd come on the live with me, because I'm really proud of her. I'm proud to be her mum, and we're kind of both on a journey. We're both at different stages in our life, but I do believe that our journeys they've taught us both different things about each other, about motherhood, and we're both continuing to grow daily. And I just feel that, you know, it's good as a mother to just be very open with your children. You know, I'm not saying you have to tell them every single thing about your life, but they're learning from you. So it's just good to have open conversations. Always let them know that they can come to you for advice, but you do also have to allow them to make their own mistakes. You know, advice is a good thing. But the advice that you give, yes, it's from your own experiences and your own wisdom, but allow them to grow themselves as a person and make their own decisions, but then also bear the advice that you've given to them in mind when they make those decisions. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Aisha on now. We're going to just have a chat, and she can tell you a little bit about herself. Hi, Aish, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, everyone. Hope you're well.
So Aish, so obviously you're my firstborn, and obviously I had you when I was just 19.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a very different person, and I know obviously you're grown now, so, and you're a mother yourself now, so you can also identify on some of the times that, you know, I've probably made mistakes as well, but also be able to identify when I've acknowledged those mistakes and kind of grown from them as a person. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about your own experiences, you know, as a mother. Firstly, kind of just say a little bit about yourself and, you know, obviously your daughter. Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak for a bit and then I can just ask you a few questions. Go for it.
So those who don't know me, I'm Aisha. I'm 27. I've got a little daughter. She's going to be 4 in March. I have my own business, so I do cupcakes and gifts and things like that, little treats. And I've been doing that for a few years now. I'm really passionate about baking, and I just love it. Hopefully open a shop one day, so that's my dream. Yeah, I have a fiance due to get married this year, so fingers crossed everything goes well. That's it really.
Thanks, Ash. Thanks. So I'm gonna just say, because I know when I first became pregnant with you, it was a daunting experience, although to everyone out there, I've said this before when people have asked and they seem shocked, but you were planned, okay? Some people, they say, when you're a young person and you say, you know, at that age, obviously, I mean, I had you at 19, but obviously I fell pregnant with you when I was 18. And people say, oh, that was young. And they just assume that it wasn't planned. But let me tell you, it was planned, people, okay? Anyways, so thinking about when you first found out you were going to be a mum, when you first found out you're pregnant, what were the kind of emotions? What were your first, you know, initial feelings about that?
Yeah, so we was actually trying to, like, as you say, when you first tell people, they just think because you're young, it's not planned. But I can hand on heart saying that we planned it. I was actually trying for about 4 months. And I can remember literally every time at the end of the month, my period comes and I just cry. I was literally crying in front of Colin saying, my period, say I'm not pregnant. What's wrong with me? When is it going to happen? So I was literally trying for 4 months, and finally I got pregnant, and we were just so happy. Literally, I knew that I wanted to be a mum. I was so broody, and I just wanted my own little family. And yeah, I just wanted to be a mum, and I was so happy, and yeah, got what I wanted. So I thank God.
Yeah. So yeah, so as you said, so we kind of identify on that planning when people feel that it couldn't be planned. So after that, and you know, you found out you're pregnant, and you're both happy that this, you know, this new step, this new part of your life is going to begin. Were there any time, like anything that worried you or scared you about, like the thought of, you know, the whole pregnancy, you know, the pregnancy aspect, or that big step of becoming a mother? What were your worries, if you had any worries?
Yeah, definitely the labor. I think I've always, since I was young, I always was scared of labor, and I literally said I will never have kids because of that. I'm always scared of blood and all that stuff. So I was definitely scared of the labor. Luckily, I was blessed. It only took 2 hours. It literally happened at home. It was so quick, so I was blessed. It wasn't like
I remember
one day. Like some women are like in labor for 48 hours. Mine was just 2 hours, so I got a good one, thank God.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was anything else I was really scared of. I know people sometimes get scared, like being responsible for a human, but I'm quite responsible already, and I've like looked after my sisters, and then I've like looked after my dad, being there for him, so I'm quite responsible already. So I wasn't scared of that, just the labor.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so thinking about, okay, so before, you said obviously you was planning to, you know, you was trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Were there any kind of aspects of your life that you, I don't know, like other plans that you had apart from, you know, obviously you wanted that whole family experience, you wanted to have that family. Were there any other things at that time that you were thinking that you wanted for yourself? Like any plans in terms of, I don't know, anything in life in general? Did you have any other plans at that moment? Not necessarily now, but before.
Yeah, so obviously I was working in retail at the time. I was considering moving up, like being supervisor, getting trained, then manager and all that. But you know, things just change in life, and you realize there's more to life than just work, just a job. So it did change as well, because I wasn't working as much when I was pregnant. Obviously, people look down on you like, oh, she's not capable. They give you less shifts. So my work life changed, but I would say for the good, for the better, because now like I'm working for myself. Now I have my own family, and I wouldn't change that.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. And you know what? It's so funny because obviously I'm talking to you now. You're just my eye, innit? So it's like, in a way, sometimes I look at you and I do see a slight reflection of myself, which is really good, because I think sometimes as parents, never mind mothers, we just want to do the best for our kids, and we just hope and pray that, you know, they turn out okay, that they're happy. You just basically want the best for them. So kind of seeing you here, it's like, you know, I'm really proud. I'm really proud. You know, yes, I've made mistakes. I know that. And I've said to you in the past, like, I hold my hands up. I did make mistakes, but I can truly say, well, you can back me up, to be fair. I believe that I have grown as a person, and I do things a lot more differently than how I did when I was a lot younger. Because, as I said, wisdom comes, with time, and
definitely.
also taking responsibility for those mistakes that you make and turning things around, just acknowledging them. And I believe, like I said, admitting to your children when you are wrong, because there's no perfect person, there's no perfect parent, So I think initially, it probably was hard for me initially to say, like, I got this wrong. But then I realized that I needed to go through that process of acknowledging my mistakes in order for us to move on.
There's nothing wrong with acknowledging anyways. That's how people move forward and people make good changes.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And I'm just even thinking about our relationship. Obviously, I think this happens with mothers anyway. All the mums and the daughters out there, I'm sure you have your clashes. We have our clashes as well, yeah? But we it's funny because I'd say now, thinking back to how maybe we used to have clashes in the past, I think we handle things a lot better now anyway. And it is, I think, because we've both grown as people and we kind of know, like, I kind of know what things kind of annoy you, and I know when to leave it alone, because I think before I would probably keep pushing and pushing and pushing, thinking that I'm helping, then realizing actually I'm making it worse. So it's about understanding each other, learning to understand each other, taking a step back sometimes, and just like saying, okay, what does my child actually need, at this moment in time? And like I said, there is no shame in getting things wrong, guys. There's no shame in it. But owning it and learning from it is basically the key. So what else did I want to ask you? Yeah, so I was saying, so when, obviously when you're pregnant, and if there were any reservations or anything that you was thinking of, did you kind of talk to anyone about it? Did you feel like everyone else goes through it, so it's no big thing? Or
what? While I was pregnant or after?
Well, both.
While I was pregnant, so like I said, the work issue, that was a big problem for me. I think the whole man and women, what's the word?
Like the roles, the stereotypes.
Yeah, it's, oh my gosh. Because at the time we got a new manager, he was a guy, and it was just something I wasn't used to. Like, I would have worked in retail for like 4 years at the time, and I had a male looking down on me, thinking that just because I'm pregnant, like, I can't do my usual jobs, and I was working there for like 4 years, so I wasn't used to that, like, in the workplace, and people thinking differently of you, and I've always seen us as equals, so I've never had that in my life. So that was during pregnancy. After birth, I think I struggled a lot with just adapting to being a new mom. Obviously, you're first as well. It's like it's a new world. You have no clue. And no one tells you everything, and it differs from people. So I did struggle a lot with depression. I didn't actually know that I was going through it at the time, but I knew, like, I didn't feel myself. So it wasn't until maybe like a year and a half later when I actually went to my doctors and spoke to someone and got help, because I just realized that it was really affecting my mental health. Like, I can't continue. So
and that is the thing about just like talking about that, like that in itself is so massive. There's so many women that suffer with like postnatal depression, and they're not even aware that that is actually what they're suffering. And then sometimes I feel that it could be a case of like they're thinking about what people may think, or is it just me? Is it, I should be able to be okay. I should be able to cope. Like, what's wrong with me? So instead of acknowledging that it's okay, they start questioning themselves and feeling as though, they're kind of like a failure or something like that, when it's really not the case. And the more that we talk openly as women about these things, and the fact that it's okay, but also, just to always go for help, get help. There is help out there, and you'll be surprised, once you do take that step to get help, that, it makes a massive difference. And then your journey really does begin on a more positive foot, which is really good that you did take that step to get the help, So
I would
What,
say being a new mom is literally the hardest thing in the world anyway. So if you are struggling, like definitely seek help. Like if you can't talk to your family, speak to your doctor, and then they'll get a therapist or someone to help you. There's always like someone out there that can help you, and it's better to speak up than suffer in silence.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the key, not suffering on your own, knowing that there is help out there for you. So what kind of advice would you give to a young mom, a new mom, anything that you feel, maybe even something that would have helped you, or just any kind of advice that you would give to a young mom right now?
I think, like I said about the speaking out for mental health, definitely just reach out to someone, seek help sooner rather than later. We all know how hard life can be, so just speak to someone and speak out. You need to put yourself first no matter what. So if you have a newborn, you can't be looking after them to your full ability if you are not right yourself. So always make time for yourself and look after your mental health. Put yourself first, definitely. I know as women we neglect ourselves a lot, and we're like the glue holding everything together. If we're not functioning ourselves, if we're not the best, then how can everything else around us function?
Yeah, definitely.
You just always put yourself first and do what you feel is best. Follow your instinct and always do what you love in life. Like, don't feel like it's too late. Just go for it. If you've got a passion, do it. And
definitely. And that's what I mean, I'm always saying to you, go for it, go for it, go for it. Because, sometimes you just do need that additional bit of encouragement, because it's that voice, that little self-doubt, saying like, oh, can I do it? Or gosh, like I'm a mum and I've got this to do with my daughter and, like, how can I? But we as women are very, very strong. I'm telling you, I'm not saying guys out there, don't at me, as they say, I know you're strong as well, but I'm just saying, I can only talk from my role as a woman, as a mother, and we are strong. We have to deal with a lot of things at one time, literally. And that is why, just referring back to the video, I saw this video and I thought, this is so, it just makes so much sense. And I love the way they did it. Because sometimes we don't recognize how many things a mother does, like literally. And every time you're doing these things, people just expect you to just be okay. Like, you're a mum, so you're just supposed to be doing this and like skipping and dancing while you're doing it. And I'm sorry, sometimes you don't want to skip and dance. You want to crawl in your bed and scream. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that video was just like really, it just made so much sense in terms of just identifying mum is just there all the time to do these different things, and then she's kind of just expected to just get on with it. And then you have to look at, well, this is being a mum is a full-time job. It's a full-time job, It's not something you can just get out of, you have to kind of stick with it. And I always say, because I've had discussions in the past with people, and in terms of when a child grows up and they're, adults, they reach 18 or whatever. I am a mother until I'm no longer breathing, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, maybe sometimes I'm a bit too much. I know, actually, I'm going to admit, I am a bit too much sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Calm down. So
I've calmed down. Good. Whoa. But
don't be trying to kiss me and hug me all the time now.
Okay, people, this is one thing I did have to learn. It's very, very hard, and I do still try and squeeze in a little kiss and a hug sometimes.
But I understand now. I understand, because even Amaya, like, she's gonna be 4, and she's like, one kiss, and she's telling me it's too many kisses. So I totally understand now. But obviously, if I didn't have a kid, then I would never understand.
Yeah, and sometimes that is what it takes, because sometimes you have these ideas in your head, and then you don't actually realize until you become a mother yourself, and then it clicks. You're like, oh, actually, I get it now. I get it. But like you say, I have calmed down a bit, and that's because I'm learning. It's because I am, I'm quite reflective as well. I do reflect on what I'm doing. I think before I was probably less reflective, because I just wanted to show you guys so much love all the time. And it's not to say that my parents didn't love me, but I've obviously been very open with you guys about, just really showing that that love in an affectionate way, you know, hugging and kissing and stuff like that, you know. So I guess I overcompensated when it came to you guys. But yes, I am learning, as you say, and we will get there. So moving on now, obviously Amaya, love her to bits. She's just like some amazing character. She cracks me up. She's wise beyond her years. But look now, what's your kind of plans? Because obviously this year she goes to full-time school. What's the plan for you from here?
So what, as a mom?
Yeah, plans, mum, your own personal life.
I can't wait for her to go to school, more me time, more time to work on my business. And that's what I really miss. I just miss like just being at home by myself, an hour for myself, just full on working on myself. Because like being a mom and having your own business, like I was saying the other day, like I was cooking dinner and I'm trying to do my social media for my business as well. I'm playing tea parties with her and then I'm trying to do something for the business as well. It's like non-stop. You can't just focus on one because you've got the child to look after as well. Yeah, so her going to school in September will help me so much, and I'm just really excited to see her grow, and I'm excited to see my business grow, see me grow, get myself back, get more out there. And
I actually sorry to cut you. I was saying I can actually see like your growth. Even now, like obviously, you know, we had the conversation. I know he's a bit nervous about coming on, and I, you know, I started talking about when I first started doing this, and I was bricking it, like literally. And you guys know, because I used to always talk to you before I came on, and you sort of like, "Mum, you're gonna be fine." But I was literally like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm a person that can talk for ages, but this was just like a whole different platform, you know. And it's almost like, oh gosh, the world is watching you. But I'm really proud of you, right? Like I've got to thank you for coming on, because I really wanted to do this with you. And I think even going forward, I'd love to have you on other shows talking about different things, because it's still good. Like for me, I know I'm still learning. And sometimes it is good to have it from another perspective. So even like a younger perspective, it does kind of help as well. So, you know, working together and kind of talking to people out there, hopefully people seeing us as a mother and daughter, and just being open about our relationship, and obviously the problems and the things that you can go through as mother and daughter. But you know, just when it boils down to it, knowing that we can work through things and talk about stuff, because I know for a fact, and I say that with most of the stuff that I talk about on here, communication is so important. Like just talking about stuff, because we can second guess what's going on in each other's head. Like I could be sitting there thinking, oh, Aisha feels this way about something, and you could feel the complete opposite way. So the only way for me to really get inside your head is to sit down and say, Aisha, let's have a conversation. And sometimes especially if you're not used to doing that and having those open conversations, it's a difficult step to take. But I think, like I said, we are still growing. But we're improving, and I think we have come a long way, Ash. Like I can truly say that we've got a really good relationship now. And I'm like, before I used to question myself so much, because I think I'd thought about the mistakes that I'd made. I suppose I let that kind of harbor and fester so much, and it just kind of ruined what could have probably been, because I thought I'd just have to just leave you then and just back off and not do certain things. So, you know, I'm glad that we've kind of just come back together and we're stronger than we were before. And I just love the fact that we get on really well, because I want to be there in Amaya's life as well, and, you know, help you, advise you, because it's just, you know, it's just nice to have that.
Definitely.
I want you to now talk about your business a little bit more. Like, where can people find you? Go for it. This is your time. Advertise.
So my business name is Cupcakes and Gifts. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So that's Cupcakes and Gifts. As I said, I do cupcakes, cakesicles, cookies, little treats, and just little gifts. So key rings, handmade cards, all of that cute stuff. So DM me if you want to make an order. Check out my page. Thank you.
See, and this is what I like as well. Like, guys, at the end of the day, right, we have platforms for a reason. Yes, this is my child, so obviously I'm going to big her up. So yes, check her out. Cupcakes and Gifts on Insta, Facebook. She makes some banging cakes, I'm not going to lie. And I know, you're going to say I'm biased, but Check it out. Check it out. I wanted to, before we kind of wind down, I also wanted to involve you in the conversation that in regards to our target program for Queens in Control, because I know I've said that if there was something like this available for me when I was younger, even, you know, as a younger woman, it would have really helped me, because it's something that encompasses everything to do with self. So whatever area of your life needs that help, it's in one place, you know. So kind of what's your kind of views on the program that we have to offer?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I haven't seen anything like all in one place before, and that's something that I definitely needed back then. Like if I'm feeling low, my mental health, and then trying to look for work as well. It's like, who to go to, who do you speak to, where do you start? And going online, it gets a bit overwhelming, like looking different places and trying to find answers. So I think it's a really good idea. And it's
Yeah.
going to help a lot of young girls, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think that's another thing that I'm going to bring you into, that we can, you know, work with young women, young girls, and kind of just get them to the place that we have passed and come through on top. Do you get what I mean? Because I think that a lot of people can identify more with people who have walked that, you know, that similar path. It will never be the same, because everyone's path is different, but people can identify with real people that are in real situations. So for me, I just think it's something to I want to just make people more aware of what we have to offer, and to just kind of encourage people. Check out the Queens in Control _evolution page. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. Please check us out. Just kind of see what we're about, because it's about helping people. And if you can donate, please donate. I know originally I did say £1 is the minimum, because I just kind of worked it out. £1 personally gets me to target. But then when I went on there to try and do something, they won't let you donate £1, guys. The minimum is £4. So I am asking all of my friends, family, everyone on Facebook to please donate £4 to the cause. I will keep you completely updated on what your money is being used for. I really appreciate all of your support, everyone that's tuned in every week. This is part of my vision, to put myself out there, to just kind of give. It's a service. I want to help people, because I do believe, you know, I feel that everyone has a purpose. I feel that this is my purpose. It's taken a long time for me to find my purpose, because I've done so many different things, so many different jobs. You won't even believe how many different jobs I've had. But this, I've always felt that I can help people. So putting this together, this is definitely the path that I want to take. So I just want to encourage you guys to kind of check it out and support us if you can. Share if you can. Even this live right now, please, guys, comment, like, and share. Get this out there so people can see us. People can kind of look into us and see what we're about. I'm going to look into some other topics that I want to do in the coming weeks. Aisha, I'd love you to come back on in a couple of weeks if you're happy to do so. We can help kind of talk about some other things that are kind of relevant to us as women, but also just general conversations, things that are relevant, and sometimes things that people don't want to talk about. That is what I like to address, because I'm just real. Like, I ain't got no airs and graces. I don't come on here trying to speak all posh, because that is not me, okay? Yes, I can be professional when I need to be professional, but I'm a real person, okay? I don't pretend to be anything that I'm not. And I want to come on here and I want to speak just openly and frankly about relevant things.
Yeah.
So guys, if you can comment in the thread, please do so. Let me know that you're watching. As I said, share if you can also. I thank you so much to everyone who has tuned on right now. I'm really, really grateful. To all the mothers out there and the mother figures out there, whether they're biologically yours or not, I'm sure there's loads of women out there who has been motherly figure to someone out there. You know, I've been a mother figure to other children that are not my children. So I get that there's loads of motherly figures out there, and you all deserve to celebrate Mother's Day. We do an incredible job, and it's not an easy job. But although I say Mother's Day could be every day, because it can, if you just appreciate your mums. I miss my mother dearly. I really miss my mother dearly. I was going through some pictures yesterday, and I came across some pictures of her, and it kind of just, you know, the memories come back. And I just feel that's why I always push people, where if you have your mother alive, cherish her, okay? Make the most of her. Have conversations with her as well. Like, just looking back, even in terms of my own mother, I kind of wish that I'd said so many things. And guys, you cannot do anything with regret, okay? And as difficult as it may seem to approach subjects of your mum, even if you write your mum a letter, slip it under her door so she can just know what you're feeling, because you can never get that time back, guys, okay? So please just cherish your mum's while she's here, okay? Don't wait until she's gone and then, you know, there's nothing you can do about the situation. Cherish your mums now. Love your mums now. You got any last words, right?
That's one. Yeah, I was gonna say that's one thing that we do. We need to speak out more and stop holding back as well. Like, our loved ones are there. Tell them that we love them. Show them that we love them.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because I think sometimes there's an assumption that, oh, they must know that I love them. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, you don't know how they feel or what they're going through, and they may really need to hear that. That could change someone's day, change someone's life. So just be more open and speak more, guys. Like, I know we're all about social media now and our phones and all that, but it's important to speak out as well. So just
definitely.
Let them know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we need to have some more of that old-fashioned talking and put down the phone and the iPad and all that business.
Yeah.
We need to start talking a little bit more, because we've gone so far away. Do you know how many times I sit on I've sat on a train and you just literally look around and everyone's head is just down. Like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it myself. I do it myself sometimes, but there are times when I say, right, that's it. Like, no phones now. Because we have to. I think we have to just make that conscious decision to say, no, phones away, let's talk. Because we're going to lose the art of communicating in this way, you know? And it's like, wow.
Even now with Amaya, Mom, like, sometimes I'm just scrolling on my phone in the morning, doing all my social media and stuff, and she'll be like, Mummy, can you play with me? Can you play with me? Sometimes I'm like, no, I actually need to do this work. I need to get it done. But then other times I'm like, oh, do you know what? Let me just put this down and do it, because I realize that she's calling me. She needs me. Like, just put the phone down. You can do it later when she's sleeping or whatever.
Exactly.
And that makes me feel bad as well, knowing that, like, look, she's there seeing me just doing stuff on my phone, not even playing with her. So we need to acknowledge and just get off social media or do it later.
We need to make change. We need to act, like you say, we need to acknowledge what we're actually doing. And I think it's because it's just become second nature with all this technology, you know. But like you say, we have to just be very mindful, because these are the things that do have an impact on our children, you know, because they are going to remember the times that you're spending with them. They're not going to remember, although the time on that piece of technology is for the business that is going to bring finance for them, they're not going to know anything about that. They're just going to remember that they was asking to play tea parties and you was on your phone. Do you get what I mean? So we just have to be very mindful about what we're doing and say, do you know what? We need to make time, prioritize, basically, and just make sure that they feel that they are always the priority and everything else comes after. Although it's very hard at times, but it's about getting that balance as well. So I will thank you very much, Aish. I'm going to let you go now. Thank you for coming on again. I really appreciate it.
Hope you all have a good Mother's Day. All the mums watching.
Yeah,
bye.
you too. All right, then, Aish, take care. I'll see you again soon.
All right.
So, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate it again. Natalie was the winner for last week's quiz. Natalie, I will get your prize off to you as soon as I can. I'm going to be doing some other kind of competition things, some questions, some, you know, just kind of some interactive streams in the future as well. Please, guys, I'd like you to just continue to support. Send in any questions, send in any suggestions for discussions. I'm open to talk about everything, to be fair. There's nothing I'm not going to talk about. Like, at the end of the day, talking is talking, you know. It's not you're not sending me to a life sentence anywhere. It's just having a conversation, an open conversation, and I'm happy to do that. So let's keep talking. Let's keep the conversations going. Let's stay positive. Let's continue to support each other. Let's continue to lift each other up, okay? Because that is what I'm trying to also encourage. We just need to be more positive. We need to be more supportive of each other. In this day and age where, you know, things are just so difficult, I spoke already about mental health, which I did say that I'm going to be revisiting. I will be revisiting that because, like I said, the topic is massive. And because it is impacted by so many parts of our life, that's the reason why I want to have continued conversations about that. But I just think, just letting people know that you're there to talk if they want to talk. What does it cost you? It costs you nothing just to be there for someone. That could be the difference. That could be the turning point from them doing something potentially detrimental to themselves. So just make yourselves available for each other, support each other, and continue to be positive, guys. I will see you on Wednesday for my midweek check-in. As I said, mothers, have an amazing Mother's Day. I wish you all the best. Even the fathers who are the mothers, because we do have, and I'm going to acknowledge that we do have dads that are who are basically the mum and the dad to their children. So I'm going to wish you a happy Mother and Father's Day. Even though you've got your own day, you're going to have them both because you deserve that. So enjoy that day. Enjoy your weekend, guys. And I will see you all on Wednesday for BB's midweek check-in. And then if not, then I will catch you on Friday here again at 8 o'clock for another edition of BB Laid Bare. Until then, take care. I will see you soon. See you later. Bye for now.